Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Joyful Artistry by Heidi, and I'm Heidi. Today we're going to make a couple of little tags to go in a journal. The first one is made out of a playing card, and the second one is made out of a tag that's in the shape of a coffee cup. Kind of fun, kind of unique. So the first one we're going to make is the playing card. I found a deck of cards, I think at a garage sale or at Goodwill, and I coffee stained them, put a little bit of coffee on them to give them a little bit of texture like that. I had gotten these cards at a little shop in town and thought these would be fun. I don't want to do anything to the back because I love the vintage back. But we'll collage one of these and we'll collage one of these today. So I think that'll be fun. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to ink around the outside of these. I'd like to just give a little bit of definition to the edges. Even though I've coffee stained it, I'd like to still put a little bit of ink around the edge. I'm going to cover the back of that one, but not this one today. I'll put my cover on my ink. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of music paper on here, on each one. A little bit there, and I'm going to just put a little bit here. Then I'm going to grab a little bit of my dictionary, some dictionary on here. And it doesn't have to go left and right. It can go up and down. I'm going to put this off to the edge. I'm probably going to trim this a bit. Having the numbers in the middle, I love it. I think it's so unique. So I've got those. I'm going to grab a little bit of coffee stained paper as well. Tear this. I'm just going to add that one there, and I think this one I will add a little bit in each corner. Some there, and this one I think I will put along the top here, and I will put this over the top. So I'm going to grab my ink. I'm going to ink up all of my edges. I hope you're all doing well today. It's a little bit overcast here in New England. I think we may end up with a little bit of rain. So I love using the old book pages and old music. Find these at thrift stores, at garage sales. I have friends who give me things. Let me go through what they have. See if I can use it in my books. Always on the lookout for all kinds of little things. All right, so I'm going to glue this down. Glue all my bits and pieces. And I will trim anything that is hanging off the edge. I will trim that. There we go. Oops. Ooh. Little gooey there from the glue. A little bit on this edge down here. A little bit over here. And come along over on this one and get this all glued down. I love how the coffee stained the card. How it dripped down the sides. I had to do them a couple of times because they have a shine to them. They have a glossy finish. So it took a little bit to get those to color the way that I wanted it to. So the next thing I did was I took some Tim Holtz flowers, cut out flowers, and I added that over the top here. So I'm going to just figure out which one I like. Oh, I like that one. And what I want to put on this one here. That one. Or there's this one here that you can just, oh, I like that. Okay. So I'm going to ink these up as well. Them a little grungy look, like that. Put that there. I'm going to do the same with this. Love that antique, oops, the antique look that the ink gives it. So I use Tim Holtz Distress Oxide. It's Vintage Photo. I'm going to grab a couple, just maybe just one of my stamps, a whole bunch of little stamps here. And I think I'm going to add a little stamp to this one. Not sure where. I feel like I need a little more going up here. So I am going to grab a little bit of book page, if I can find it in my bucket here. A little bit here. I think I'm going to add some of this underneath. Let me see. Yeah, I think that'll be great there. I am going to go over the top of that. That wasn't big enough, I think, to cover the space. And then what I'll do is I'll just take another little bit of my coffee dyed paper, and I will put that, just move this up a little bit, along the bottom here. Okay, let's start there. I'm gonna ink this up again, or for the first time, I'm gonna use my ink again. And sometimes you have like a little plan and you have to go back and add or change or do something a little bit different. If I move this off to the side, I will still see a little bit of that. Then I think I'm just going to add a little bit there where it kind of like everything a little bit overlaps. Put a little more ink on this. Do that, and I'm going to glue my flower up the side, and I'm going to add a stamp. Okay, got that. And I think I'd like my stamp, just make sure I'm going in the right direction. Just here. Oops. And there's that. I'm going to just trim up my little edges that are hanging off. And this one here, I am going to ink around it a little bit. I love this clipped into a book or in a little pocket. I love the uniqueness of the card with the way that the numbers are, and I love the vintage back. So let's move over to this one. I'm going to just add this. Might bring that up just a little bit. And let me see if I have a little stamp that I could use. Oh, yeah. Yep, that's great. Oh, I love that. Okay, so I'm going to glue this down, and I'm going to glue the stamp, the base of that. And then I'm going to take the card, just get these two little things glued down. Just want to make sure I'm putting it the right way. I need my glasses. Wouldn't be the first time I glued something on upside down because I didn't have my glasses on. My little wet mat there. Get the glue off. Oh, that's great. I love that. So this one, I'm not crazy about the back, so I am going to glue it onto a piece of coffee stained paper. And what I'll do afterwards is I will sew around this one. So let's let that dry a little bit, and then I can rip the edges along here. Along the bottom. Like that. Let's ink this up. You'll notice on this one I sewed around, I did a zigzag around the outside. And then on the back, let's add, I have my little butterflies, my little bucket of butterflies. These were little white butterflies I got at the Dollar Tree, and I coffee stained them. These, I just took a piece of scrapbook paper and a butterfly hole punch and just punched a bunch out of, you can see that, there's words on it, out of paper that had words on it. You could have the darker or the lighter. I like the option. I think I will, maybe I will use one of these. Oops, doesn't have many words. Let me find one that has a few words on the back. Oh, look at that. There's one right there. I think we'll use one of those. This, I'm going to give it a little bit of a dimension. That there. I'm going to find a little word about journey. That, and then I'm going to grab another, just another little stamp to put on the back, and ooh, I like that. Okay. Put a little bit of ink around my little butterfly. Oh, my glue. I don't know if you have that issue of the glue having a hard time coming out. Use a little bit of ink around my stamp and around my word. So I have a little container of words. I'll show you in a second. I print them out, and I just sit and tear them. Put a movie on, and I'll tear 3 or 4 sheets. It takes a little while because I don't want to rip any of the words or lose them. And I want to make sure I don't have a whole lot of blank space around my words. Oh my goodness, I love this. I love that. So here's this one. Let's add a word to that. Why don't we add treasure? We can add a little, yeah, like that. I like that. Add the word treasure here. Super cute. Super cute. And I'm going to sew around the outside of this one as well. Look at that. Oh my goodness, how cute are those? That is awesome. So now as I say that, I'm thinking about how I'm going to get around the little butterfly because I want the wings to be able to stand. But you know what? I think I can scoot right around by lifting that. I think we'll be fine. So there's number 1 and number 2. These are great to stick into a journal. Let me have my little sample journal here. Let me see. Can you pull these up? Here I have this is a side pocket and a top pocket here. So yep, just tuck them in a little pocket. Oh, nice little pop of color on a page. Little things, tuck it down. You got something kind of hidden inside. So yeah, those 2 are done. So let's move to the other tags. So this tag is from Recollections. Bought a bunch of these not too long ago. And these are the same idea. So they have a little bit of words, a little bit of music. There's some music here. A little music on it. The music along there. I'm gonna actually tear this little edge. Oh, I love the look of that. Okay, so there's that. And some words. I'm going to put those there. Added a stamp and use some washi stickers, which came from Amazon. But a couple different packs with some larger and some smaller ones. We'll choose in a second. But the first thing I want to do is I stamped the background of this one with this fabulous fun stamp that I also got on Amazon. I don't know if you can see that. All the different fonts and the squiggles, and I love this. This is my favorite stamp to use. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to stamp around this and give it some fun background to take a look at. Use it on that side, and then love the squiggles on the bottom. And I think I will put that there. Oh, so fun. So fun. Let me grab my baby wipe. I'll clean that off in a second. I just want to make sure I don't get this on anything else. Great. So then I moved my things off to the side. I'm going to ink around my music. I'm going to ink around my words. This is quick and easy, this one. If you've got a couple little scraps laying around and a little ink pad. Let me just, what I'm looking at, know what I'm doing. Let's get them glued down. And I'm going to glue this one down. To overlap like that. And then I think we'll add a little bit of coffee dyed paper. I save all my little scraps just in case I need a little something somewhere. And that usually comes in handy. So, and then I think because I want to bring that down a little bit. Maybe not that wide. Put a little this around it. Great. So I have a few different washi stickers to choose from here. These are fun and fabulous and easy to use. I say that, and then I'm probably going to have an issue getting the back off. And you can trim the sides. I don't know if I'm crazy about that one. This is the one I thought I would use today. Oh, yes. I love that one. Okay. Actually, I think I want to move it kind of off to the side like this. And then I'm going to trim the side of it. Always, oh, look at that. Oh, never happens. So I think what I want to do, there, look at that. Isn't that fabulous? So I'm going to do that. I'm going to trim up the side. Oh, that. My goodness. Might be a little bit easier to do it this way. There we go. Look at that. I'm going to ink around it. I'm going to do on both sides. Let's get this side done. That, and I'm going to add a stamp. I'm going to grab a stamp out of my stamp box. Thinking I want to put a little purple. I love the purples in here. Oh, this is brighter. I like that. Add that to it. And I tend to ink everything because I love the way it looks. Okay, and the last thing that, oh, no, I have a couple things I want to do to this. So on the back, I added a little word and a butterfly. So I think I'm going to add the word nature to this one. And I'm going to grab a little, wonder if I feel like that's a little big for this one. I think I'm going to go with the lighter side. Kind of fun. Let me ink those up. Get that. I'm going to ink this here. I'm going to glue it down. I wonder, maybe we want to put it at the bottom. Change it up a little bit. That'd be great. Oops. I'm going to glue my butterfly here. That. Let me let that dry for a second. Let me find, I want to find a grommet because I want to put a little grommet in there and pull those out of my stash. Let's see, here we go. I'm going to use my crocodile, and I'm going to go through my little bucket of grommets here. I think I will use... Where's that green? I was going to use a green one. Yeah, I love the dark green with that. That's fun. Find those anywhere. Joann's, Michael's. Okay, so the way this works is I'm going to put this at the back. Put that through the back. Oop. Okay. Sometimes a little tricky. Let me get my... I want to be able to show you what I'm doing. Okay, and then I just squeeze that. And look at that. Ooh, that's even nicer than the last one I did, where this one opened up. This one didn't quite do that, and I like that look. So there is my other card. Let me grab my book again. Let me show you. See if I can find another place. Here I have like a little flip up. This is my idea journal. And look, you can just tuck these little guys in here, fold it over like this. A nice little surprise. If you were giving this as a gift, you could tuck a coffee gift card with a coffee tag, and you can write your little memory on the back. So today we finished these 4 little tags. And I thank you for joining me today, and have a great day.